Hello everyone and welcome to one of the greatest, if not the greatest bullet game ever played, or so it was stated by Asios 12 years ago when he published this game on Reddit, even though the game was played in 2001 on the old ICC. Now, for those of you who have been playing chess online since 1995, you've probably remembered the Internet Chess Club, which was definitely the place to be, and everyone played there, even the strongest of grandmasters like Kasparov, like Anand, like Magnus Carlsen, and now it's back. One of the people involved in the project is David Lada. He contacted me and he said that okay, this is what we've built. If you can, invite everyone and give us their feedback. And here it is. I will put a link to it in the description below. Try it out, try the website, try all the time formats, try everything you think that should be polished, try everything you feel, comment on it, everything that you think that should be added. I hope they will add, and they want to have the best possible website as possible. So in the description below, and this is one of the games that I will share now in the honor of the restoration of the Internet Chess Club. It's played between Hawkeye, rated 2778, and the Joker, rated 2760. It's quite an amazing game. Let's dive right straight into it. And there aren't as many people as on the other big websites like Leechess and Chess.com just yet, so not a lot of rating points either, so it's a great opportunity to get as much rating points as possible. Like here are the, sorry, not that, also not that, where do I have it? Yeah, here. So these are the current standings on the website. These are the top ratings in Bullet. Yospem 2267, Faustino Oro 2254, and Nomads on Rapid 2153. I don't think it's going to be easy, but if you really put your mind to it and you really play the entire day and win some games, it is possible to become the highest rated player on a chess website at least once in your life. Now let's check it out and why is this is the greatest bullet game ever played. So Hawkeye with white opens with pawn to e4. We have knight to c6, knight to c3, and pawn to e5. The Vienna game, the Nimzowitsch basically transposing into the Vienna game, the Max Lange defense, and now pawn to g3. The Paulsen variation, not used very often, but it has been used by Hikaru Nakamura to defeat Vesely and Topalov, for example, in the Champions Showdown of 2017. We have bishop to c5, bishop to g2, and knight to f6. We have knight g to e2, and pawn to d6, pawn to h3, and now there are a couple of games that reach this position. For example, a6 is a non-move, bishop d7 is a non-move, bishop to e6 is a non-move, but here we have bishop back to b6, and it is now as of move 6 that this position has never been reached again. So okay, both players castle, Hawkeye castles, Joker castles, and king to h2, getting off of this nasty diagonal, rook to e8, and now pawn to f4. So everything as you would explain from a bullet game. We have e captures on f4, g captures on f4, and now knight to g4 check. And this is where the fun really begins. Of course, white wants to get black wants to get the white king up the board to try and checkmate him. And the best way to handle this is to ignore the knight. If you capture the knight, then you allow queen h4 check, and with the bishop on b6, this is a game over. There's not much to even try, like bishop to h3, bishop g4 threatens captures. If rook f3, pretty much the only defense, you're just going to capture the free rook, and you're going to lose in the next few moves. So after knight to g4, we have king to g3, and now knight to f2. Offering the knight for the knight and bishop for the rook. Rook captures on f2, and now not bishop captures on f2, the move you're expecting, but queen to h4 with check. Beautiful, beautiful idea. And now you can't really do whatever. If you go king f3, queen captures on f2 is checkmate. If you go back to where you came from, king to h2, then just bishop captures on f2, and this is really, really bad. You can never move the knight, you lose control over the g3 square and the f4 square. What can you play? If pawn to f5, you block the bishop, g6 will open up the position. I mean, this is a completely lost position for white. So the best way to continue is to accept the black queen, and this is what Hawkeye does. King captures on h4. We have bishop captures on f2 with check, and now knight to g3. This is the only way to continue. If you play something like king to h5, it will be a very, very swift king hunt. Rook e6, and after whatever, now there's not much to even try. You have to go back, king g4, knight d5 check, stopping any future pawn to f5 idea. So f captures, rook to f6 with check, a check from the bishop, and after king h5, rook to h6 check, king to g5, d captures on e5, taking away the f4 square from the black king, and now f6 will be checkmate. Or you stop f6 by knight d5, but then bishop to h4 is checkmate. So any of those ideas will work. So after bishop captures on f2, we have knight to g3, and now rook to e6, preparing to bring the rook into the attack. And now the only way to continue is queen to h5. Okay, queen to h5 and pawn to f5. This comes with an attack on the rook, and if rook h6 check, king g4, now you can bring the king back. But in the game after rook e6, king to g4 was played, trying to get the king to f3 right away. Remember, this is a bullet game we're talking about. Players are spending mere seconds on the moves. Knight to d4 by the joker, controlling the f3 square. We have pawn to f5, locking out the bishop and the rook seemingly, but not really. Rook to g6 with check. The f pawn is pinned, so you cannot capture it. And the last moment where you can actually do something with white is play king to h5 here and settle for a perpetual. You're going to face rook h6 check, king g4, and we're going to have some sort of a perpetual like this. But after rook to g6 check, king to f4 was played, and now look at this. Rook captures on g3, and there is no way to avoid a catastrophe here. There is one. You have to play queen to g4, but I mean, it's a move it's a move that can hardly be seen in any time format, giving up your queen like this, let alone in a bullet game with seconds on the clock. So queen to f1 was played, and now the position is completely winning. You have a forced checkmate in 5 moves. Feel free to pause the video and finish this brilliancy while I give you a couple of seconds. So yeah, for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on finding this beautiful mate in 5. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, it is pawn to g5 with check. There are no squares left for the white king, so you have to capture en passant. F captures on g6 en passant, and now knight to e6 with check. King f5, only move, going into the under the mask of the bishop. Knight to g7 with check, and now king to f6. If you go king to f4, then knight to h5 is mate in 1. So you have to go up the board, king to f6. We have rook captures on g6. King to f8 was even stronger, as it stops king from coming to e7. But okay, this only postpones checkmate for a move. King to e7, rook to e6 check, king to d8, and bishop to b6. This is a beautiful move, as it stops king captures on c7. So just bishop to b6, and the next move, you're going to deliver rook to e8 checkmate, or even a nice pawn to c6 checkmate will be even nicer. Here in the game, knight to d5 was played, and now just rook to e8 checkmate. This, I guess, to prolong the game for one move. If c6, then you can block with knight to c7. But of course, Hawkeye just delivers rook to e8, and it was on move 24 that Hawkeye delivered this beautiful, beautiful checkmate. So it's a really, really short game, and we can even go through it once again real briefly. So everything started with this very nice knight to g4 idea. White countered it well with king to g3, but then look at this. Knight f2 check, sacrifices the knight, and then queen h4 check, sacrifices the queen. King captures, and now bishop captures, and the king is marched up the board after a few imprecise moves by white. And now it was just a nice forced checkmate. So yeah, beautiful game by both of them, but it is Hawkeye who loses this game, and Joker takes the win, checkmating the white king all the way on d8 square. One of the nicer games, could be also the nicest one, played on the Internet Chess Club. And like I said, first link in the description below. It's still very early on, you can pick any nickname you want. Like I guess, okay, maybe chess is already taken, but maybe, you know, Bobby Fischer isn't, or maybe Paul Morphy isn't. So you could have that nickname. You can't have agadmator. I've already created my account. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about not wearing a hoodie. I did not have any prepared for this video, but I will wear 2 hoodies for the next one. You can be sure of that. I would like to thank Groznychessfestival.org.gg, Frank W.H. Schaefer, Steven Binder, Gautam Bhattacharya, and Ren Songhua for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else happens in the chess world. Magnus is playing Hans today, and I will be streaming that. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day. And do share everything you want and need about the new ICC in the comments of this video. I will transfer your thoughts and suggestions to the team, and hopefully they implement them very, very quickly. See you soon.